Well, after 5.5 years at Bedford, I guess I need to remove my little pin badge because we've moved on. We are no more. I need to get one of these with a Wigan badge on because I am the new manager of League One, Wigan Athletic. I'm very happy to be here. Let's have a look at all the details, all the bits and bobs, shall we? Starting with the really crucial stuff, which of course is contract information, which somewhere in here, there is your confirmation that I am contracted for £2,000 a week at Wigan. That's almost 3 times what I was earning at Bedford. It's a significant pay rise. And also properties are a little bit cheaper up in Wigan as well compared to Bedford. So house hunting is going to be spectacular. We'll get to that in just a second. It looks like my head performance analyst has walked out of the club with me. Nice hair. I mean, I'm probably not going to hire you, Huxley Chorley, but nice to see you. Nice to see you showed a little bit of loyalty. We've got some ongoing negotiations. Obviously we're in the January transfer window, so there's stuff we're going to have to sort for January. Financial fair play, we look like we're doing fine with. We'll meet the squad, meet all the players and all that stuff in a second. The main things I just want to check. Yes, the bank balance is healthy. We've got a decent amount of money in the transfer budget. There is no spare wage budget, but presumably we've got wage cap left to us. We have. So we can shuffle things around. In fact, I say we have. Let me just check. Where is FFP? So yeah, we're only spending 94k a week against a wage cap of 155. So we've got loads of wage cap to play with. So there's definitely some transfer shenanigans to be done. But first, we need to work out where we're going to be living. And before that, I just want to thank today's episode sponsor, Huel. If you want to try Huel Black Edition powder, you can get £10 off your first order using my code LaLujo10. The QR code's on screen, the link's in the description, and I'll tell you more about how I use it a bit later on. It's not quite a mortgage calculator sponsor, but we're getting closer. But here is your confirmation that, of course, we are going to have to move house. To get from Bedford all the way up to Wigan is over a 3-hour drive. If we want to get a train, it looks like it ought, insanely, really, to get the train from Bedford to Wigan, you have to first get the train from Bedford down to London, and then the train from London up to, I guess, Manchester, and then change when you're up there. You can't even go Bedford to Birmingham on the train by the looks of it, which is, why are there no trains that run across the country? This whole country is so London-centric. Now I'm an honorary northerner. Oh, I can't stand London. We have, of course, used our non-specific mortgage calculator to work out how much our new £104,000 a year salary will get us in terms of property. £572,000 worth of mortgage. I think that gets you a lot of house in Wigan. And yeah, it kind of does. So we've done our search for Wigan within 10 miles up to £600,000. It's quite a large circle. It almost covers Manchester and Liverpool, a 10-mile circle around Wigan. Some of these aren't necessarily what I'm looking for. Like, I don't want what appears to be a big shed. I don't want land. I don't want an estate agent. That looks quite nice. This one's got 12 bedrooms, which, again, I don't want to buy a B&B. I think this might be the one for me. It's in Warrington. I love the fact it's got a street address and a postcode. I'm sorry if you live on Wellfield Road in Colchester, Warrington, with that postcode. We are going to have a little look at your house, if that's okay. If we have a look at the floor plan first of all, this is a big departure from a flat above a chicken shop. We have a porch, and then once we enter from our porch, we have a sitting room and a reception room. I don't know the difference between those two rooms, but we have both of them. I guess the sitting room is going to be absolutely riddled with chairs, which we'll have a look at in a second. We then pass through from our reception room into our open plan kitchen and dining room, which goes into our utility room. We have a garden room that doesn't appear connected to the rest of the house, a garage that doesn't appear to have a door, which is a bit of a shame. I'd like a door in my utility room into my garage. Maybe I can put one in. And then bedroom wise, we have this nice large bedroom at the top here that has doors that presumably just drop me out onto the garden, and a little ensuite, plus 3 more bedrooms, a void, and another bathroom. Think of all the activities I can do in all of these bedrooms, but look at all the chairs. I have never in my adult life lived in a house where I could fit a legitimate 3-piece suite in. When I was a kid, it's what parents bought. Oh, you're going to get a 3-piece suite. I've only ever been able to go maybe 2 sofas in a big fancy house, or usually a sofa and a chair. That's a 3-piece suite, boys and girls. That is luxury. Oh my word, look at that. Hang on, hold the phone. That's a different sofa. I now know the difference between a sitting room and a reception room. A sitting room is just full of chairs and doesn't even have a telly. And then I guess this is the reception room where we have another enormous chair, a telly, and then a table with more chairs. We've then got, is that a different table in the kitchen? That's a lovely kitchen. I think I've got that air fryer. That's the Ninja double basket one, I think. Very nice air fryer it is too. Why have they put the telly in the kitchen but not in the sitting room? I don't really understand. There's your double doors that just open out onto nothingness. We've got, right. I have questions to ask about this room. The main one is, how do you sit at that chair? I mean, I'm no expert. I don't think that's a very comfortable place to sit, but I mean, I guess I can move the desk out a little bit if need be. Nice little garden area. Nice little fireplace area. There's another. So hold on, we've got a sofa through there. And so there was a telly in this room as well. We've got 2 sets of sofas and telly. This is a couple that don't like each other. And then there's another room with more chairs and a piano in it. And I guess that's the utility room that doesn't seem to have a room through to the garage, which is bonkers. That's a weird room. It's a little library, isn't it? That would be my office, I think. I mean, it's very nice. We live in Wigan now, everybody. Am I going to have to go and watch a match in Wigan? Am I going to have to eat one of these pies in a bread roll? I'm trying to lose weight. Right, we'll worry about the pie situation a little bit further down the road, I guess. But for now, we need to have a look at what we've got in the way of a first team squad here at Wigan. It seems quite large. There seems to be a lot of it. We already know they're over the wage bill, so there obviously is going to be quite a lot of it. If we sort by current ability to see who our best players are, best player is obviously Mr. Tickle. Mr. Tickle is a guy that we've had before in various series. He is consistently the best goalkeeper in whatever lower league he plays in, and inexplicably he rarely seems to leave Wigan. He's played for Wigan for many, many years, over 300 games for the club. We build around a strong defence and Mr. Tickle. Our second best player is Dale Taylor, who's a striker. He's only 6'1", so he's a little striker, but he's a striker nonetheless. Doesn't really score enough goals for my tastes. Not sure if he's my guy. We've then got a bunch of players in on loan. So we've got Raheem Skeet, who's a 20-year-old midfielder on loan from Spurs. And we've also got Gilly Boabo, who is a left wing back on loan from Fulham. I'm not entertaining that nonsense. You're a left back or you're back in Fulham, young man. Goodness me. And we've got James Canning, who's a right wing back in from Everton and on loan. So it's pretty clear they were using some kind of wing back system previously. And then we've got this guy who is a winger. I mean, based on how I would normally put together a tactic based on having a first look at a squad, and it horrifies me what I'm about to say, but we've got 2 natural wing backs and natural wingers amongst our best players, only the one striker. It looks like a 3-4-3. Am I coming into a club at a higher level and doing a 3-4-3? I don't really want to be counter-attacking. We're going to stick with my wing play that's been working. But I'm thinking that... So we don't want that. We want one with wing backs. I've never really done... I don't think I've ever done a 3 at the back in a YouTube series before. That is what I'm thinking. Because that gets the wing backs and the wingers in. It's horrible. Absolutely vile. But And then I guess we could switch to that. We'll switch to that in possession. We'll go to something more reasonable. Well, sorry, out of possession. So when we've not got the ball, we move a player forward into midfield. So basically what we're doing when we've got the ball, we're dropping to a back three. The defensive midfielder drops back into the three and these two push on. We probably want these two to be cutting in. And then when we've not got the ball, the midfielder steps up back to being a defender and these two drop back to being fullbacks. That's what I'm thinking. Let's have a look to see how the players fit into it. So can he do that role is the question. I mean, he doesn't really have midfield in him. Have either of these got midfield in him? I mean, he can do it a bit. He can't do it. He looks miserable. I mean, who's his dad? That's why he's miserable. We maybe need to, I mean, it is the January transfer window. We maybe need to bring a specialist in to do that. But then we've got these guys who are then playing to their strengths. And it allows us to have these guys in the team as well. Let me know down in the comments how long you think I'll mess around doing this for. But I don't think it's terrible. I think based on the players that we've got, it probably is the best use of them. When do we, I think we've got to play a match doing this. We've got a match tomorrow against Plymouth. We're going to do this. We're going to see what happens and we'll make some decisions from there. I might end up regretting this. This video is sponsored by Huel. I've been using Huel for years now and it solves a really simple problem for me. I juggle multiple YouTube channels, long recording sessions, editing, admin, and on busy days, it's really easy to forget to eat properly. Huel Black Edition powder just fits into that routine. It's quick, reliable, and I know exactly what I'm getting. And I'm gonna make one now. So water first, then 2 scoops using the Huel scoop, lid on, quick shake, and we're done. My favourite flavour is banana. It's thick, smooth, and not overly sweet, and it actually feels like something I want to have regularly, not something I'm forcing down. And when I use Huel Black Edition consistently, I genuinely feel better day to day. It contains vitamin C, which supports your immune system, and vitamin B12, which helps reduce tiredness and fatigue. And when you're sitting at a desk for hours like I am, that really matters. It's also good for your gut because it's a source of calcium, which contributes to the normal function of digestive enzymes, and it includes protein, essential fats, carbohydrates, fiber, vitamins, and minerals as part of a balanced diet. It's also great value from £1.79 per meal with 17 full meals per bag, and Black Edition is online exclusive too. And if you've been around the channel for a while, you'll know that I used Huel strategically during my 50-hour Football Manager world record stream. I had ready-to-drink bottles in a mini fridge under the desk, and it genuinely helped me get through the toughest overnight stretches. If you want to try it yourself, you can get £10 off your first order using my code LaLujo10 at uk.huel.com/LaLujo10. That's LaLujo10, and the link, the code, and the QR are all on screen and in the description for you. Right, let's get back into it. Right, done lots of fiddling around, sorting out player roles and whatnot, and having a look at staff delegation and all that kind of thing. This is the league situation that we go into this game in. We're 14th in the league. Plymouth, who we're playing, are just above us in 10th place. We can actually go above them if we beat them, and we are one of the form teams in the league. Are we able to look at a form table? Is a form table a thing that exists? Maybe it's not. Pre-season preview, the media thought we were going to finish 11th. They thought Plymouth were going to be up there pushing for the playoffs. It doesn't look like we've got anybody in the Dream 11 or anything like that, but we are a team in good form. Since letting the previous manager go, form has turned around and we've won a lot of our previous matches. Can I see the system that we've played in these matches? I cannot. I'm going to assume it's the one I'm using now, and they're not going to think I've just come in and lost my mind. We are going to try this. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to give it a bash. We've got a few players who aren't fully fit either, including our captain Carragher, who is going to start down on the bench. But we're going to try this shape because I think it's going to get the best out of these wing backs that clearly we've made a fuss out of getting hold of. If we have a look at the good old-fashioned team instruction screen, there you go. So in possession, I think it covers areas quite nice. I mean, look how wide these wing backs are going to get. They're actually going to be going beyond the wide forwards, super wide. But we're pretty much covering all the areas we need to cover when we've got the ball. When we've got these two players out in wide areas, we're going to have a centre-back stepping up to offer them an option as well. And then there's going to be three players in the middle, plus him coming in off the side there. I think it's quite good. And then when we've not got the ball, we just go into a normal flat back four with some protection in front of it, which again suits me down to the ground. Theoretically, it should work. The big area of concern is Jason Kerr, who at 33 has only started one game so far this season. And we're asking him to play a role he's never played before. So if there is a weakness, it's probably that. But this is the team. It's Mr. Tickle in goal. Obviously, all our hopes are pinned on Mr. Tickle. Our two centre-backs are Callum Connolly, another 33. We've got some old men knocking around, and Sean Green. So two proper centre-backs, although they don't even average 6 foot tall between them. Jason Kerr's another one who's below. So we need some big centre-backs. The wing-backs I've got big hopes for. Boabu on the left-hand side and Canning on the right-hand side. I'm looking for lots from them. If they don't have good games, we don't continue persisting with this system. We've then got this guy in midfield alongside Matthew Smith, who's another. There's a lot of little chaps here, isn't there? And then on the left, we've got O'Neill, who's 22 and does look pretty good, can play on either flank. Fraser Murray is another old man on the right-hand side, but can play right wing back as well as right wing. And then we're going with Christian Sadie up front at 6 foot tall. He's been at Wigan a long time, has previously scored a lot of goals, and we're hoping we can rediscover that goal-scoring past from him at centre forward today. I can't believe I'm doing a YouTube video with this tactic. Imagine if it works. So this is the thing about FM26. I know FM26 gets a lot of criticism, and I know a lot of you don't really like it, but I love the fact that it's encouraged me to do more of this tactical experimentation stuff. It's stuff that I just never would have done before. But you know what? We'll give it a try. And if it works, I'm a genius. If it doesn't, oh my God, the possession there was alarming. If it doesn't work, then we'll just try something else. It's January transfer window. We've got all of January, we've got 3 weeks of January left to rebuild this team in my own image. We can move some of these players on. We've got over £1 million to spend to bring players in. We can bring in some tall boys, and we can bring in some attacking midfielders and end up with a 4-2-3-1. It'll be fine. But we've been here a day. We arrived yesterday. Let's try and do something that looks like it should suit the players that we've got at the club. And if it doesn't work, we've got the Bedford tactic loaded as well, and a normal 4-3-3 wing play system loaded. So we've got a few different tactical options we can switch to if this one clearly is a nonsense. But I mean, on first impressions, looking at those match stats, it doesn't look like it's disastrous so far. Kerr is the guy we need to be keeping a close eye on, the number 15, who's that guy who's stepped in front of the back four for now, but when we've got the ball, we'll drop into the back three, and it will just, there you go, there's him dropping back, and it just now becomes a 3. The wing backs push on, and it very much becomes like a proper 4 across the middle, or across midfield when we've got the ball. So it's not what I would consider like a traditional 3 at the back system. We're doing some shenanigans with it because look at that distribution from Mr. Tickle. Now, the arms on that guy, right? Connolly all the way across to Green. What must the fans be thinking of this? Long ball forward, looking for Sadie, can't find him, and they're just knocking the ball around. See, our middle looks a little soft, doesn't it? That's alarming. because they've just come straight through the middle of us, where we've got 3 centre-backs and 2 holding midfielders. If there's an area they shouldn't be able to do that, it is our middle. And they have just sliced straight through us. Now, we don't have our best centre-back in the team today because he's tired. He's our captain and he's tired. And not... Oh, that's poor from Canning. He's got to do better than that, but that's exactly what we want from Kerr. So there are some positives happening. There's Connolly stepping forward as one of the back three, and O'Neill going past his man, and he's won a penalty there, surely. He has won a penalty. He's the left winger, not the left back, and it is a penalty for Wigan. Let's do a football. Well, I have no idea who our penalty taker is going to be. Our penalty taker is Smith, one of those midfielders who looks a little bit lightweight. His penalty looked a little bit lightweight, but it has ended up in the back of the net, which I guess is the important thing. But I'm already getting a feel for the kind of profile of player I want to bring in. Believe it or not, boys and girls, I want to bring in some big meaty boys. I want some big 6'4" central midfielders, centre backs, just big, strong, physical thugs. Because we don't really have it. We don't have anybody who's just going to physically dominate opposition, and that's not okay. How are we going to score from corners if we're not physically dominating the opposition? See? Hideous. Is he wearing trousers under his shorts? I mean, it's a decision, I guess. Either that or he's got double knee supports on. Right, it's Plymouth on the attack again, and once again, they've come straight through our middle. I don't know if that's because Kerr is pushing the centre-backs too far apart, and it's creating a gap behind him, or if it's just because the 3 centre-backs are useless. It could be that one. None of them look great. Right, here we've got this overload in the wide areas, though, that we were hoping to achieve. Connolly to Smith. Smith forward to O'Neill, and now Boabu and Sadie. Now, the problem is we don't have a striker in the middle now, but that's some good interplay between wing-back and winger, and some more, and Sadie should score there. And that should have been a goal straight out of my tactical decisions, because that looked like it was working exactly the way I wanted it to work when we were fiddling with it before. Mr. Tickle is wearing trousers under his shorts as well, it seems. He's got white trousers on. Right, Coakley forward to Sadie. Sadie, we're playing him as a target forward. He's dropping very, very deep, and as the only striker with no attacking midfielder behind him, I'm not sure it's going to work. He did do a goal, though, so I guess it works to a point, clearly. And again, it's these wide areas. We're dominating the wide areas. We've doubled up in wide areas, and that's good. That's good centre-forward play. He's basically got 4 defenders on him there, and he's peeled off the front 2, got near the back 2, but not near enough for it to be a problem. And he's just found himself a little pocket of space in a 6-yard box where he should have had none. And that has been a pretty good first half performance, apart from those couple of moments where we've just looked a little bit soft in the middle. On the whole, we've done pretty well there. I mean, the match stats, the match momentum is a little bit worrisome, but we're creating XG. We seem like we're a good team. I think there's definitely stuff to build on here. Are we going to do this long term? Probably not. Once we've done a few transfers, we probably start to move away from this. But it's sometimes nice to show you that I'm not just a 4-2-3-1 gegenpress merchant. Please win. Now I'm doing my victory speech. Goodness me. Right. I don't know who any of the substitutes are. So Taylor, I think, was the good striker we looked at. Yeah, so he can come on. He's a different kind of striker. So let's try this system with a different kind of striker. Just like a centre forward. I guess he can be a centre forward and then a centre forward. So that changes that element of the team a little bit. And then Murray needs to come off. So is he a winger? No, he's another striker. Is he a winger? Right, he's a right winger. So he's going to come on for him. Does he want to play that role? I mean, he can. We don't need to change anything there. Then I think we do need to bring Carragher on, just because he's our captain and I want to have a look at him. So can he play that middle role that Kerr is in? Or we've got this guy. He's 6'2". We're actually going to bring him on for Kerr. And I want to look at him. He's the guy who, when I did the best 11, he was the one who was put there. Plus, he's the biggest centre-back that we've got. I quite like the idea of having a 6'2" guy in there, just to be a little bit more of a physical presence. We've got space on. I mean, don't need him. He's good, isn't he? What a goal. I mean, he's just come off the bench. I'm already getting ready to moan at him for not playing it to the guy in a huge amount of space. And is the camera going to go with us? No. I mean, we're going to see how Mr. Tickle reacted to this goal. Mr. Tickle, what do you think about what's just gone on at the other end of the pitch? And oh no, there you go. He's waving his very long arms around. Mr. Tickle is loving life. But that was good football from Ingram. His name's Ingram. His name is Ingram. We're not bad, are we? How's the league table looking? Oh, here we go. Promotion push. This time next year, we're going to be in the championship, boys and girls. Right, Canning needs to come off. We don't have anyone who can play right back. I mean, Carragher can play right back. We're going to bring Carragher on. We're actually going to put Connolly out there because Connolly can play all those positions, which tells me he must be able to play right wing back. Yeah. So Carragher can go in there. And then what else have we got? Skeet can come on for Smith in there. And now we just need to see the game out. I think because we don't do it often, but we're 3-1 up, 10 minutes to go, first game at the club, we're going to yell praise from the touchline. You're doing really well, boys. Lovely stuff. I mean, we are actually doing really well. I tell you what, I'm so good at tactics. I pretend I'm not. That's called coming in and making an immediate impact, boys and girls. Lovely old stuff. We're going to have some fun here at Wigan because we've also got some money to spend. And I do like to spend money. But if you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.